My boyfriend's sister spread rumors that I cheated. Sorry for reposting, I had to edit some words I used. This has just been bugging me a lot recently and I lost friends over it, so I thought I'd ask some strangers what they think I should do about it. This happened last summer, 2019, so please don't yell at me about traveling during a pandemic. I, 17F, went on a post-graduation vacation with my boyfriend, 18M, his sister, 17F, who is my friend, and our other friends, 17 and 18FM. Everything was going fine, but my boyfriend had been kind of distant, but I was hoping the trip would make him happier. Anyway, so fast forward to our last night on vacation. I come back from spending a day with my friends at the beach. My boyfriend doesn't like my friends much, so he didn't come. My friends and I went to meet my boyfriend and his friends at the bar that night, and I walked in on him making out with one of his female friends. I was so humiliated and upset by this I ran out without confronting them. I ran back to our hostel, where my friend, let's call her Mia, had stayed behind. Told Mia what happened and she was comforting me / hugging me, etc. Some context about my friendship with Mia: we became friends recently since we were in a lot of classes together and studied together sometimes. I also had heard that Mia used to have a crush on me, but that was before we became friends and before I started dating my boyfriend. Anyway, I was feeling really emotional and my self-esteem was crushed after finding out my boyfriend was cheating on me. So I asked Mia if she still liked me and she said she did. I kissed her, and she kissed me back, but just then my boyfriend's sister came back and she saw us kissing and assumed that I was cheating on her brother. She told everyone and now they all think I'm a terrible person and calling me rude things, and I'm so mad because the only people that believe me are Mia and my other best friend. Obviously my boyfriend lied and pretended that he never kissed that girl, but a bunch of people saw him, just conveniently not his sister. Too long didn't read, I kissed someone else right after finding out my boyfriend was cheating, and his sister told everyone that I was the cheater. I really just don't know what to do and I'm still sad about all of it. Any advice? Edit: no, we are no longer together. We broke up right after the trip, but because of the rumors it made it seem like he dumped me for cheating. My best friend told me that I should mention that my boyfriend had been really manipulative and emotionally abusive to me. I didn't realize at the time, but I'm starting to realize it was true. I wish I had just broken up with him before everything happened. Well, you did cheat by kissing, so that's not a rumor. And you seem to say that your friend is bisexual, whereas you're not, but I got a news flash. Even if it's not sexual activity, but if you're able to kiss a girl, then you're at least bisexual or bi-curious. Anyway, even if your boyfriend did cheat first, but if you accept the idea that you have cheated as well, and even lead your friend on, then you will be able to move on from this without having resentment. Oh god, I really hate to kick you while you're down, but these are an unfortunate series of events. First of all, ex-boyfriend. He sucks. He's a cheater. He's manipulative. He's emotionally abusive. No point in trying to talk sense into him. It's not gonna work. Now, I can't say you were in the right for kissing Mia. Technically, you did the same thing your ex did. Even if it was in retaliation and even if you weren't thinking clearly, you did cheat. But you already know that. And in regards to Mia, I really hope that you talked to her about this, cause from what you wrote, it sounds like you took advantage of Mia's feelings for you to boost your self-esteem. And TBH, that's kinda messed up. It wasn't cool for Mia to return the kiss, but I really hoped you apologized for that and made boundaries clear between you two. I bet you know that too. Your ex's sister. Totally not cool for her to tell everyone about what happened, but I can't be too mad at her. In her mind, she was protecting her brother. Her brother who sucks, but her brother nonetheless. And finally, your so-called friends who saw your ex cheat. They suck too. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Overall, bad choices were made by all. But the thing is, You're all teenagers. We all make bad choices when we're younger. What matters is that we use them to grow. However, you still have every right to be upset about this. Sucks to have almost all of your friends turn against you but stick by someone else who doesn't deserve it. My advice? Tell your side of the story. Your real friends will stick by you. Drop those fake friends. Based on your ages, you'll be entering your next phase of life really soon. That's the perfect time to start over. Try new things. Make new friends. Learn from past mistakes. It won't be easy but it'll be worth it in the end. Good luck. So you cheated on each other. Well, glad it's over now at least. Poor Mia just got used as a weapon by you when she really has feelings for you. She's gonna be destroyed. Poor kid. Obviously my boyfriend lied and pretended that he never kissed that girl but a bunch of people saw him, just conveniently not his sister. Tell people the truth, you walked in on him kissing another girl, and name the other witnesses. Tried frown aside from my best friend, the rest of them were either strangers, random people at the bar, or his friends, who admitted to me, face to face not over message or anything I could prove, that they saw it too, but they're friends from his sports team so loyalty is weirdly important to them. I, 37F, went snooping so wrong. I know, in my partner's 38F Facebook and found him flirting in Messenger, but the flirting was 10 months ago. I have lived with my boyfriend officially since August but started the process slowly beginning in March/April. We've been together for 2 years and he is really an amazing partner. I never go through his phone and generally don't snoop through stuff. But I was on the shared computer and his Facebook was open. I flipped through his messages and almost all of them were boring and I was annoyed at myself for even looking. But then I noticed 2 were muted. He flirted with these women, indicating his relationship with his girlfriend wasn't that serious. We already had bought the house and were planning on moving in. These women reached out to him asking if he was dating anyone. He said yes. They said too bad. He made comments about how his damn girlfriend always gets in the way. This was 10 months ago before we did move in though. There's no indication it went further than this or communication went on longer than through May. I brought it up to him, apologized for snooping but told him I'm really hurt, that I don't want to be with someone who feels I'm getting in the way of other prospects. I'd rather be alone than with someone who feels they're settling for me. He then apologized profusely. He's worried sick I'm going to leave the relationship now. I go from being mad at myself for snooping to mad at him. He insists that he was enjoying the outside validation but the relationship with me is what he really wants. There is no indication this flirtation has been ongoing and he tells me it hasn't. That he was struggling with moving in together but ultimately he explored it thoroughly and this, here, with me is what he wants. He says he's in a different place now than he was 10 months ago, which I think is fair. So now, I'm stuck here. I'm not sure I would have moved in had I have known. Doesn't matter now because we are trying to blend our family and honestly it's going very well. We both have children and the children just love each other. A breakup would devastate them too. I really do love this man. He really is amazing to me too. Do I just suck it up and move on because I was the one who went snooping? I'm trying to just be hurt and let it go. He's giving me lots of space to be hurt by it and is very remorseful. But I worry this is a red flag. Or is it just a hiccup? Too long didn't read. I snooped in my boyfriend's messages and found old flirtations with other women, but we were and are exclusive. Not sure how to be hurt or not be hurt. Similar thing happened to me. I owned up to snooping, but you had a feeling in your gut. You went with it and you were right. Next time you have a suspicion, talk to him and ask him to prove it. I don't believe in blindly trusting people after they betray your trust. That's just foolish. After betrayal, there is a trust but verify period. And don't make him aware of this period now because he will try to hide it. You want to do a verification check in a few months or so just to be certain. When you have a question about someone or some behavior, cite this as a reason for needing to see it to believe it. Slowly build your trust back. Another helpful thing could be therapy, because if he needed attention and sought it in other ways, what's to stop him from doing that again when he craves attention from another? He needs to get to the root of that quick. Also, don't believe the people brushing this off as a cold feet incident is cool at all. Life comes with many big life-changing moments. So if he responds poorly each time those happen, it will eventually take a toll and or escalate. Don't brush this off. Go to therapy if possible. Get that trust back, and even then only trust 99.99%. Keep that 0.01% to discern if another situation comes up. Everyone's in the comments acting like snooping is akin to murder or something. Sucks you did that for sure, but it also sucks he messaged those girls. Mutual breach of trust. The fact you brought it up to him and had a conversation about it instead of either snooping more or letting it fester shows that, from an outsider's perspective, you have a level of trust in your relationship that should hopefully make it easier to heal from this. But you are still allowed to feel hurt, and really, no matter how innocent his flirtations seem, that does not negate your hurt. Here's my perspective. He didn't hide the fact that he had a girlfriend. He made an inappropriate and offensive joke in the old ball and chain vein, but didn't hide you. Women reached out to him, not the other way around. That he had them muted could be because he didn't want you to see them message him, or it could be because he didn't want to see their messages. I think all in all, some cold feet at the prospect of moving in, blending families, etc. Presumably this indicates either a previous divorce/serious relationship breakup, or death, all of which carry their own heavy baggage. Isn't the worst thing. Would it be better if it never happened? Of course. But if the extent of it was women asking if he's taken and him saying yes and making jokes in poor taste about you getting in the way, honestly I would let it slide at this point. Communicated with him about it, you aired your feelings about not wanting to get in the way of other prospects, etc., and he apologized. I think if his apology felt genuine and authentic to you, it should be fine, if you feel fine about it. Granted, this perspective is based on assuming that the flirtation was as brief as described. If there were ongoing conversations, sexts, nude pics, etc., I think it would be a different story. This is just a hiccup. This can totally be worked through. He seems genuinely remorseful and completely owned up to his shortcomings. So he did some things right and some things wrong, and it's up to you to decide how to proceed. Points in his favor. 1. He wasn't initiating the contact. 2. He acknowledged that he was in a relationship. 3. He stopped on his own. 4. No pic exchanged or plans to meet up. Points against him. 1. He downplayed your relationship. 2. He responded to the flirting. 3. He didn't tell you right away. It does feel good to be validated and flattering to be seen as attractive, but it's dangerous to get validation from outside the relationship. If his main mistake was entertaining the flirting and engaging with these women, it may have just been a slip up. If it's part of a larger pattern, it's more of a red flag/stop sign. My deceased fiancé, 38 meters dad, 65 meters, keeps messaging me, 38F, using fiancé's FB account. Guys, I'm in a bind here and don't know what to do. My fiancé passed the 12th of October 2020 and his dad is in a bad way financially and needed a phone. OFC, I gave my fiancé's phone to him. His dad logs onto my late fiancé's FB account and comments on my statuses and things, and it makes me uncomfortable. He always identifies himself as my late fiancé's dad, but it unnerves me seeing Brian last on 15 meters ago, or Brian has commented on your status. Brian did not have the best relationship with his father, and the whole thing just weirds me out and upsets me. I know I can't tell his dad to stop logging into Brian's account because that was his son, but other than outright blocking/deleting the account, I'd cow to stop his dad from reaching out to me in this way. Too long didn't read. Late fiancé's dad messaging me under son's FB account makes me uncomfortable.